If you've ever felt like you're behind as an artist, if you've looked at someone else's pace and thought, I should be doing more, this episode is for you, because what you need isn't more pressure, it's rhythm. And not just any rhythm, your creative rhythm. Welcome to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast, where artists of all kinds come to fuel their passion, sharpen their skills, and thrive in their creative lives. I'm your host, Lara Bianca-Pilcher, life and creativity coach and fellow artist, here to support you on your artistic journey. Whether you're a performer, writer, visual artist, or any kind of artist, this is the space for real talk, practical advice, and inspiring stories. Subscribe and join us each week for more inspiration and actionable insights to fuel your artistry. Let's dive in and get inspired. Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast for dancers, actors, singers, writers, visual artists, and all creatives navigating what it really takes to make meaningful art in a messy world. I'm your host, Lara Bianca-Pilcher, ICF professional certified coach, performer, author, and someone who has had to learn the hard way that forcing yourself to keep up with others can cost you your own artistry. So in this episode, we're diving into something I know many artists are quietly struggling with: feeling behind, feeling like they're not doing enough, feeling like their own creative momentum that they once had maybe is gone. What if the problem isn't your work ethic? What if the problem is actually your pace? Let's dive into part one, the problem with, inverted commas, keeping up. What happens when you try to match someone else's creative rhythm or life rhythm? I worked with, I'm going to call her Karen for privacy reasons, an actor and a writer who kept pushing herself to work faster, submit more, produce more, stay relevant. But the harder she tried to match the pace of others, the more stuck and scattered she felt. Sound familiar? Here's the truth. You're not behind, you're just out of rhythm. Maybe you never even knew what your own creative rhythm is, and we're all different and all unique. My own creative rhythm, I'll dive into a little more as we go along, but I've realized that I am a morning person. I have this adrenaline and I just want to create in the morning. Later on in the day, all that kind of creative energy is gone. And I recognize that in myself and go, this is not the time to try and be somebody else. This is the rhythm and what I have today, and this is what works for my body. So part two, the question is, what is creative rhythm? Creative rhythm isn't a one-size-fits-all schedule. It's the natural tempo of your ideas, your energy, and your intuition. Sometimes you're in a creative season. Sometimes you're in a reflective season. Sometimes you're in rest. And all of it counts. And all of it is creative. Which leads me into the part three question: 4 ways to find and trust your creative rhythm. Number 1, track your natural energy. It seems so obvious, but it's not for most artists. What time of day are you most alert? When do ideas flow naturally? Are you a night owl? Are you a morning bird? And number 2, redefine progress, because some days progress is just 2 great paragraphs. Other days, it's deciding to rest. Both are valid. I had to submit a longer self-tape that took more of my creative energy. Often they come in on a Friday afternoon and they're due like on the Tuesday of the following week. I'm a get it done person. But because I've worked out what my own creative rhythm is, I could see, okay, normally I would go, right, let's get it done on Saturday. Well, on Saturday, I had my son's baseball, I had my daughter's friend's birthday party, and then in the evening there was something else. Oh, my husband had something on in the house at home, and he often reads for me. And I thought, you know what, I'm drained, and it's afternoon, and the time that I have to do this, is not my creative energy peak. It is not when I feel that natural energy. I'm too tired. So instead of getting it done and continuing to push through and burn myself out, I was like, no, I'm going to schedule Sunday afternoon because I know that's when I'm going to be at my creative beast mode peak. And then I'll get it edited and submit it Monday early because I don't like to have them late. But that's what worked for me. So that's what we're talking about here. Same goes for things like creating on social media. If you're into that kind of thing, and by all means, it's your choice and you don't need to be. But it's learning, like, when have I got that creative energy to actually make something if I do want to show up in the world as an artist in that way? And that's not just any time. Sometimes I'll spontaneously get an idea and I'm already doing it. I'm in the middle of my dance class for home that's just for myself and I think, oh, I'd love to film this. So I'll grab the camera. Other times I'm like, I need to do this on a Monday and it's planned and I have the energy and it works like that. And I do a lot of batch creating. I do a lot of bulk creating and scheduling and then don't touch things for 2 weeks. So it's when you find those places in your week, you're going to have a greater creative pace for your own life. But on that point, sometimes part of knowing your own creative pace is number 3, mute the noise. Take a social break if needed. The pressure to keep up often comes from watching other people sprint, or at least appear to be sprinting. And number 4, design a week around your actual rhythm. Now, what should you do? What actually fits? Try batching deep work, or if that works for you, creative time and recovery based on what you discover are your patterns in your own life. So just recapping, the ways to find and trust your own creative rhythm is 1, track your natural energy. Maybe for a week you just need to journal that and work it out. Number 2, redefine progress because it's going to ebb and flow and it's going to be different from day to day, week to week. That's the nature of the creative work that we do. Number 3, mute the noise. Take a social break if needed. The pressure to keep up can actually make you feel like sap your own creative energy. And number 4, design a week around your actual rhythm. So I'm challenging you with something different here. I'm saying, all right, once you've done a bit of observation of your own creative pace, why don't you grab a pencil or grab your Apple calendar, whatever it is that you use if you use one, and write down what would work based on that and schedule some times, whether that's creating content for your artist page or it's actually going, oh, this thing's due in 3 days in my situation, like my self-tape. This is when I know I'm going to be at my best and scheduling around that. Things are going to pop up and move. That's fine. Like I said, Friday the tape came in. I scheduled it for Sunday, knowing that it was due Tuesday. So you've got that ebb and flow, knowing how you work. Right, if this is hitting home for you and you're craving momentum, rhythm, and creative flow and trying to work out more about what you actually need for your own psychology and your own creative practice, I've got something for you, my free guide, Stuck in a Creative Rut, 3 simple steps to reconnect with your creativity using life coaching principles and this helps you to start making real progress again. And you can download it at larabiancapilcher.com. Right, the weekly challenge for you, little creative spark this week, is obvious. Track your rhythm for 1 week. Notice these 3 things. When do you feel focused? When do you feel flat? What days or times feel most you? Then adjust something, even if it's just one thing. This is how you stop sprinting and start creating from a place of trust in yourself and your own creative flow. So in closing, you don't need to hustle like everyone else. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're not failing. You're just not designed to match someone else's pace. Maybe you do more than them. Maybe you don't. We're all different like this. We all have different things on in our life. You're not behind. You're just out of rhythm. Find your creative pace. All right, coming up in the next episode next week, the power of quiet creating, finding space for your art. We're going to explore how stillness and solitude can actually lead to your most powerful work. And if you're like me, a bit of a socialite, don't freak. This is going to be great for you because this is what's been working for me, and finding that maybe I'm not quite as extroverted as I thought when it comes to my artistry. And you'll find you'll reach some of the most powerful, creative, productive flow weeks and days that you've ever experienced in your life. Don't hesitate to reach out to me, whether it's on social media or at Lara Bianca Pilcher or my website, larabiancapilcher.com. If you need one-on-one support, consider a one-on-one coaching session. It's designed and tailor-made to whatever it is that you're going through and whatever it is that's getting you stuck and helping you to move forward. That's what I do, and I would love to work with you. And even if you're not sure if it's right for you, you can reach out and get a conversation started with me about it, and we can go from there, and I'll let you know whether it's the right next step for you in this season or not. And as always, friends, I am with you on the journey, and until next time, bye for now. Thank you for tuning in to the Healthy, Wealthy, Wise Artist podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an inspiring conversation or actionable insight. You can read the show notes and learn more at larabiancapilcher.com. And be sure to share this episode with fellow artists who could use a little extra inspiration. Until next time, keep creating, stay audacious, and remember, your artistry matters.